All right, coming up on this episode of One Star Rewind, I sit down with Lucas, who is the owner of Lou & Home. It is a furniture store here in Waco, Texas, located at 30th and Franklin. Awesome store frontage location. Lucas has been somebody that has been buying and selling his entire life. He's always down there looking for the deals, seeing how he can turn a profit on different items. Now his focus is just on high-end furniture, West Elm, Pottery Barn, Crate and Barrel, places like that. This episode, he's going to dive into his one-star review. Kind of a ridiculous one, in my opinion, but we do want your thoughts on it and see what you think. But then we'll talk about his life and how he got into his business and how he started Lou & Home, his wife, and what they have going on. So enjoy this latest episode of One Star Rewind.
One Star Rewind.
All right, we have Lucas here with us from Lou & Home.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Doing okay?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well.
Good.
I saw you on was it an Instagram Live or a Facebook?
It was.
Instagram Live.
It was.
Checking out your store.
Yep.
It looked really cool.
Yep. It's a lot of fun.
And we talked earlier, I think our wives have similar kind of taste in furniture.
Fair.
Yes. So I think that really caught my eye. And honestly, we didn't talk about this, but I probably need to bring her by because there's going to be things that she's like, oh my gosh, I need to get that.
Yeah.
I need to get that. So Pottery Barn,
right.
Other kind of brands.
West Elm, Restoration Hardware, Crate and Barrel.
Awesome.
At about half off. So I always tell the husbands, I'm like, listen, if your wife's going to go buy at full price, you'll be a lot happier here.
Happier. I know that's always like one of my tactics. Granted, she's now going to listen to this, but where I'm like, oh, what's the price? You know, and I can kind of like, if it's under a certain number that we've pre-discussed,
right.
then I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But then when she comes back, she's like, oh, it's only 300. I'm like, oh, dang it. Like it's in that range, you know? So the half off, that is good.
Right.
Lighter on the wallet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool. All right, so we're gonna dive into the review.
Okay.
It's not a very long one.
True.
Are you okay if I read your response as well?
Absolutely.
And then we'll just ask what happened?
Yep.
Okay. All right, cool. So here we go. This is a review left from Zach Beacon. He has no picture on this Gmail account. He's left one review. That was this review.
Yep.
So those are always red flags for me.
Right.
That could be an account just made for this or whatever.
You know.
So not a good start here, Zach.
Yep.
But was also left 4 weeks ago. And when did you open Lou & Home?
Pretty much January 1st.
January 1st. Okay, so really just in that first year.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
So 4 weeks ago, it's obviously very new there, or the review is. So Zach said, stay away from this store. Dirty and really bad furniture. Bring your business elsewhere. End of review. Super short. The part about dirty and really bad furniture, I mean, my wife would disagree with the brands, at least, that you have. So super short, just very blatant, no exclamation points, just periods, like, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to read your response, and then I'll ask what happened. Okay. Hey, Zach, this is you. Hey, Zach, I'm really sorry to hear this. Did you have the right store? ? We have never gotten that feedback from anyone before. Most people say our furniture looks like it's brand new. We are in Waco, Texas. Please confirm you have the right store. I meet every single customer who comes in our doors, and I've never seen you before. Please let us know. Thanks for reading, which I think is a great response there. And you know what? Actually, Lucas, and it just dawned on me, I didn't do our rewind noise. And so, can I just do this real quick?
Sure.
And then it's like it's out of order, but that's fine.
No, that's
okay.
great. Yep.
So now you go back in time to the rewind noise.
You got it.
Okay, buddy. So I read your response, but tell us what happened here.
Well, initially, I mean, it's obviously depressing. Like when you get the email that's like, you just got a 1-star review.
No joke. Yeah.
Depressing.
Yeah.
And then when I went on there, I was like, it can't possibly be a real review.
Yeah.
Why it was left, I don't know.
Yeah.
And even when I was typing my response, I was like, he's not going to respond to this.
Sure.
I just knew.
Yeah.
I just had the vibe.
Yeah.
You know?
That it was kind of just like a hit and run almost. Like you just leave this and then never check this thing
and
again.
I Facebooked the person, no name pops up.
Okay.
I Googled the person, nothing.
Okay.
So it's just like,
yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah. I mean, and it doesn't indicate that he bought anything.
No.
So, because part of me would think if you had like a receipt or something, but he doesn't insinuate that he purchased anything at the store.
No,
So,
right.
But you probably, I mean, 4 weeks ago, and I'm assuming your busy days are like Saturdays.
Saturday is the busiest.
Saturday's
yes.
busy day.
Uh-huh.
So maybe outside of a Saturday, you would probably have like, if it happened right then, which again he doesn't say it, but you would maybe know. Yeah, okay, there was this one random guy that came in here or whatever.
I would know.
Yeah, and nothing came up there.
No.
I mean, stay away from this store. Like they don't, and this is we talk about this on the show. Is especially when it's like a smaller business, one location kind of stuff.
Right.
And you're gonna leave a bad review. Like it does matter. I mean, this isn't Chick-fil-A. This isn't some big brand where they can kind of absorb all these 1-star reviews. I mean, so that they'd really have to be. Do you think competitor or what? What do you? We like to speculate on this show, Lucas. So.
We don't even really have any competitors.
Yeah. I don't even know who in their mind would do that, but
I don't know.
Nothing came to mind.
The only thing that comes to mind would just be that literally they're confused.
Sure.
The only possible would be our furniture is expensive.
Yeah.
The brands we carry, they're really expensive.
Sure.
If somebody came in and thought it was just like a hole in the wall, like super cheap furniture store, it could be possible they would be offended by the price tags.
Sure.
That's the only thing I could come up with.
Yeah. But and that does make sense. But say like they don't even insinuate that either, which is something where I think people would bring that up, right? I mean, dirty, really bad furniture. Like you're right. Have you looked up is Lou and Home a name in any other? Have you? I mean, I know you like. Have you looked in every single state? That would take a long time. But do you know of any other ones?
There is an Instagram that'll pop up, but I think it's like in Europe somewhere.
Okay.
And they do a similar. It's not really that similar, but
sure.
They do. They have 20,000 followers, but
it could have been, man. It could have. And did you notice someone thumbed up this?
Really?
That's
no,
weird.
I didn't notice that.
See, I want to hit it, but I don't want to. I don't want to thumb it up. I wonder if it would tell me who thumbed it up. Can I try it?
Sure.
I'll take it off.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll. Thanks for your feedback. No, okay, it didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, I took it down.
Sure.
All your other reviews are 5 stars.
Yeah.
I do like to preference that as well.
Right.
So tell us. So how did you get into the business? Let's go there. Why did you decide to open up Lou and Home?
So I've always been a buying and selling nut.
Okay.
And I don't like to we're not like a resale store. Because resale, like a flipper, it kind of has a whole thing to it.
Yeah.
That we're just not.
Sure.
So my wife and I were on a TV show here in Waco. I'm not going to say anything about it other than it was an amazing experience.
Great.
Recently.
Awesome. Love to hear that.
So we had a house that was really nice and amazing to furnish.
Okay.
My wife, I say, is much more classier than I am.
Yeah.
So she wants all these high-end pieces. She wants really nice stuff to match the house, which I understood.
Which she should, yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
And so I said, I don't know where you think we're going to get the $70,000. We were just getting married.
Yes.
And so I said, you tell me what you like, and I'll scour Texas and find it.
Use your skills. This is your superpower.
This is me. This is me.
You got this.
And she was skeptical. She was skeptical because she wanted really specific. And I would say, well, what do you think about this piece? And she would go, oh, actually, yeah. I'm like, okay. Driving to Houston.
I'm
on the way.
right now. Yeah.
And so started to buy that, started to furnish our house. Cool. She was mostly happy.
Okay.
And I already had this facility over on 30th and Franklin, and I was doing all sorts of things there. And I just started to sort of stage some pieces there. Okay. And we started taking pictures of pieces and selling them. And I was like, man, like literally somebody paid $4,000 for this sofa, and we're able to sell it for $2,000.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, God, this seems kind of genius.
Yeah, right.
And no one else was doing
Those
it.
margins are nice.
Yeah. And I'm a deal guy, and I like our customers to get deals. So I'm like, you're getting half off. Like, what can you say about it?
Yeah, I know, right? That should be what is attracting people in there.
Yeah.
Like, get as excited about it as I am.
Right.
You know, look at this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we started to do that, and we went on our anniversary trip to Costa Rica. I was sitting on a back balcony overlooking the rainforest, drinking coffee, and it just hit me, and I said, you know what? We're just going to focus just on higher-end name brand secondhand furniture.
Sure. Love it.
And so we came back, and I told everybody on our team, we're shifting our focus, we're branding this thing, and this is what we're doing.
Oh, so cool. And that's what you did in January?
That's what we did. It was really November. Took a ramp up to really officially hit.
Okay. So and you kind of, 30th and Franklin, that's the location.
Uh-huh.
That's where Lou and Home is.
Correct.
Here in Waco.
Yep.
But you were using that spot for like for still doing reselling,
Correct.
just of other furniture.
I was buying and selling, not even really furniture. I was buying and selling the craziest things. I bought like an old laundromat and like sold all the equipment off. I bought like a flooring for like a roller skate rink in Austin. Like
What?
just crazy
So
stuff.
are you still using these skills to find
Yes.
these other items? And are you
Yes.
still doing that on the side?
No.
No. So if I ever like was looking for something obscure, I can't even think off the top of my head.
Right.
I could like be like, hey Lucas, if you ever see this,
People ask me that all the time.
really.
The hard part is it can't really be you need something specific. It can just be one in like a million things, and I landed on this one randomly.
Okay. What if?
Okay.
Now I'm going way off.
Sure,
tangent.
sure.
So you start a website called like asklucas.com. Okay, so they go to Ask Lucas, or it could just be an Instagram account. And they literally are just like asking you, what have you found? And you like compile, like you're like, well, this was my week's finds, like
Right.
Lucas's finds. And you just throw them up on there, and it's like some membership or something. Like it's like we put it behind a paywall.
Right.
And they have to pay you something every month to get Lucas's finds.
Interesting.
Could that work?
It could probably work.
Okay, all right.
I've also done probably like 2,000 Craigslist transactions, and I could really tell you some crazy story. You know,
my
you could
gosh.
imagine. So
Yeah. Do you think? Now I'm just way going.
Yeah,
off.
sure.
Do you think Craigslist is like at this point they have to like on purpose not have the website look like it's in
Right,
2022?
right.
Right.
I
Like
know
that
what
is
you're gonna ask me,
extremely
but go ahead.
intentional. Do you think it doesn't hurt them in any way? Right. I mean,
Right.
people are on there still all the time.
do I think it's any good?
Yeah.
Like, is it going out?
Yeah.
We kill on Craigslist.
Kill on Craigslist.
It's Facebook Marketplace is amazing.
Sure.
But you can't search. The search is terrible, and just like you can get on, like our customers get on there and they search restoration hardware.
Sure.
Well, all our stuff's gonna pop up.
Oh yeah, that's true. And
So
all
it
the
makes it
pictures and
so
stuff.
easy. So we sell like crazy on Craigslist.
Do people? So that's and we're like we're similar in age. Do you
Yes.
think people that are like in their 20s, early 20s, do you think they're on Craigslist?
Not
as much?
really. No.
Think it scares them? Like, why do you think they're not on there?
Facebook Marketplace, that's just
go-
where they go.
It's just easier for them.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Do you think? So going back to the review, I forgot it was a review
Yes,
show.
yes, yeah.
So 1-star reviews and 5-star reviews, all the things. So you've always been buying and selling, always doing different things. Is this the first like brick and mortar, like with a name on it, business that you've had where someone could leave you a review?
I owned a moving company.
Okay.
And it was brick and mortar.
Okay, cool. Okay.
So yes,
What was your experience with reviews with the moving company?
moving industry's hard. That's a really hard industry.
Yeah.
I mean, you can look up any moving companies, and it's like no one has perfect reviews.
Sure.
It's just hard.
So it's just kind of part of it.
It's just kind of part of that industry.
I feel like if I'm moving and I just need somebody to come move, I'm not like, well, maybe I'm unique, but I'm not really looking like, oh, do they have really good reviews? I'm like, are you available Friday at 6? Because I need you at my or my apartment that's 3 stories high.
Right.
Okay. So then give me your take. I mean, do you like? I mean, you care about reviews. I was going to say, do you care about them? But what's kind of your outlook on them right now with Lou and Home?
I mean, for that one, I want to be depressed about it because we don't have very many reviews. We have hundreds of customers since January, but you're not asked. I'm not been good in our systems to go, hey, would you leave us a 5?
Sure.
So it does make our rating look bad.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad about what they actually said because I think it's pretty obvious this wasn't a customer that had a real life experience.
Yeah, for sure.
To me, it feels obvious.
Yeah.
So it is depressing though to have. I think our average is like 3.7 because we only got 3 reviews.
Sure. There's not many on there.
So that stinks.
Yeah, I know. It does make the rating look low. But,
It does.
I mean, people are still coming. Like business is going well.
Yeah,
so
it's going great.
It's not having this huge effect.
Right.
I think you are right. Like you said, like from your perspective, it doesn't feel like a real review.
Right.
And I don't think it is either.
Right.
We could go back and look at all. I think we've done almost 30, 35 of these episodes now. And I would say maybe all of them. I can't even think of one on the top of my head where they're not just like super emotional. Like you can read it. You can see it in the review. They're very descriptive. They have 9 exclamation points. They're like, I was here on Saturday the 29th at 3:15 in the morning. Like they are super specific.
Right.
And that's usually an indicator, right or wrong, but at least it happened. Like,
Right.
And the owner can say, yes, I remember this. This is what happened, and they can explain it. This one is so short, no real details.
Right.
I think I am Team Lucas on this.
Thank you.
I'm with you. Have you talked to anybody else about this review? Like, has anybody read it and been like, Lucas, what the heck is going on here?
Our employees.
Okay.
And I didn't even want to tell them until you reached out to me.
Sure.
Because I was like, there's no reason for anybody to be depressed about it. Like, you know.
Yeah.
And so I was like, hey, I'm going to be on this podcast deal. You know, I was like, we got a 1-star review. What? And I was like, okay, go look at it. You know, and then one of our employees just like dissects it, like basically like this.
Oh my gosh.
My wife, I didn't tell her either because I'm like, I don't want anybody to be depressed but me.
Yeah.
And so she looked at it and was like, what? You know, I was like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, I can't worry about it too much.
And honestly, now I'm reading it again, like it could be it could be any store that sells furniture. Like there's no other even descriptors of like indicating, was this Lewin-Home?
Right.
Was this I'm trying to think of other ones. Home and Shack, was this Sears?
Right.
Sears even a thing anymore? Like you know, Ashley Furniture. Like you have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, and our furniture's not bad. Like, I don't even know how you could see it as bad furniture in any regard. Like, it's not cheap. It's not low quality. Yeah. So, also, it was just like really bad furniture.
We'll read a nice 5-star. How about this?
Okay,
Michael Shelton.
Yeah.
4 months ago.
Uh-huh.
Wow. What a great store. I will 100% be going back there. Quality, stylish furniture, and you never know what amazing high-quality prices they will get in.
Sure.
We got this lamp in the photo. He talks about the lamp. It is a very nice lamp. They left a picture. Like, that to me is descriptive.
Right.
Talks about what they bought,
Right.
and there's a picture. I mean, like, that's what a review should be.
Right.
In my opinion.
Right.
But did you know Michael Shelton left you a nice review?
I did.
You knew that one? Okay.
Yes.
I like that. So Zach, if he's hiding, if this is a real person,
Right.
if he's hiding behind a review, which again, we're not even sure if this is true.
Right.
Have you had anybody like we always say, instead of these reviews, shoot you an email. Or,
Right.
you know, give feedback in another way that might be more constructive.
Right.
Has anybody ever like reached out to you and with any like, I don't say criticism, but have done it more in an appropriate manner?
Yeah, I mean, although it's not really a review format, but hey, you know, especially when we first started, it doesn't really fit. Like, I know you don't do returns, like where it's kind of like we're having like normal business discussions of trying to keep them happy and this and that. And so, I mean, we've had some of that type of stuff. But no, and that's part of the thing. We're not really in an industry right now where anybody would have anything to be frustrated about.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they're really, and it would stand out. Like it would be, there would be a moment when, you know, they left.
Right.
And they're like, oh God, that did not go well.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Or if they bought some furniture and so what you have to sell is in the store itself.
Correct.
So it's not like I like this couch, and then you're going to ship them.
Okay, no. So
does that work that way
more
too?
than half of our stuff goes to Austin, Dallas for sales.
Gotcha.
So we've got a full-time employee. He's traveling and delivering.
Okay, gotcha.
So people are buying it without pieces, without seeing them.
Okay.
So somebody could get there and go, oh, well, this isn't the condition. Sure. And if that's the case, we are all about,
Get it right back.
hey, sorry. Like, that's actually never happened.
Yeah.
We're pretty paranoid.
knock on wood.
Yeah. We're pretty paranoid to go, hey, it's got this little mark or this, you know, type of a thing. So at this point, I feel like there's nothing that could really come up, or they just wouldn't buy.
Sure, or they just wouldn't buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what would happen.
You know.
Okay, so talk to us a little bit about you.
Yeah.
So you're from the Waco area.
I am from Waco.
Okay. Give us the Lucas story.
Okay, yeah. I married Lainey almost 2 years ago.
Okay. Nice.
And that was awesome. Knew her for about 8 or 10 years before. We had a long story of kind of developing.
Cool.
And so, from Waco, I'm 32. I've been buying, selling my entire life. Nice. I mentioned earlier, I started out, first thing I ever did was I was out on a farm. There was beer caps everywhere.
Okay.
And I was like, what if I picked all these beer caps up and sold them?
I love it.
And everybody laughed, but they also didn't want to tell me no. So I spent like half a day bagging up these beer caps, and my mom made brownies, and I sold to my family members beer caps and brownies.
Beer caps and brownies.
And I made $40.
I love it. That $40 though has to feel so good.
As a second grader,
oh my
7 years old, it was.
Lottery.
Oh yeah, it was incredible.
I also love that you were picking up beer caps. In second grade,
they were everywhere. I mean, they were just everywhere,
all over the property.
Yeah.
Big parties on the Lucas farm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so anyway, so I did that on third grade. I got on eBay, started selling Pokemon cards, and just the list goes on from literally 7 years old.
Sure.
And so I've done a lot of different business things, and it's been a try trial and error and figuring things out.
Cool.
So
were you in the Pokemon card game like 2 years ago?
No.
When it like who was it like I'm blanking on their name. You know what I'm talking about, Paul. Logan Paul.
Oh.
Where he like bought the card and they like because everyone was like opening packs during the pandemic and it just skyrocketed.
Yep.
Card prices.
Right.
Like I do play Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I know what they should be valued at.
Right.
And some people were like, yeah, man, it's like a $200 card. I was like, that is not a $200.
Yeah.
But it really what the market
right.
was doing. So I didn't know. You brought up Pokemon cards.
No, I stayed out of it. I try to stay focused.
There you go.
Long journey of figuring out how to focus versus like I'll buy everything.
No joke, man.
You know.
Yeah. Was there ever a pathway to another type of item besides furniture that you were about to like really dive into? Or
I've literally bought anything like you can imagine. I bought only 2 years ago. I bought a laundromat and like sold all the equipment. I bought a sport court flooring for a roller rink in Austin. Just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, all of them had a pathway.
Sure.
I would say. This one just made sense.
Yeah.
And I like to do things nobody else is doing.
Sure.
Like kind of come up with something.
That is nice.
It's just kind of fun.
Yeah.
So it's fun to be like Lou and home. No one else is doing it.
Yeah, sure. It's like we should. And I don't know why like you're brilliant because like I don't think my wife, they're not unique in the sense that this is the type of furniture they like. You were just the smartest one to say, I'm going to like resell some stuff too.
Yeah. I mean, it was in my blood.
We had these, they were in the lobby. I'll point them out when we leave. These like little green chairs and we bought them on somewhere. I don't remember the website, but they were like sight unseen and my wife has a good eye for stuff and I love her, but they were too small and she thought like, and we measured, I remember like we're measuring out, we get them and it's like, oh, these are like for midgets, you know? And it was like probably $1,000 for these two chairs. And so they just were in our bedroom for the longest time. I told her, I'm going to try to sell them, you know, and I knew I wasn't going to sell them.
Right.
So I brought them here because I was like, well, I'm just going to use this as a home base to find a buyer for them. And then they just now been in the lobby for, probably a couple months. And we had a baby shower here last week. And so my wife hasn't been in the building since we kind of have renovated some stuff here. And she walked in and she was like, are these our green chairs? And I was like, oh, yeah, about the green chairs.
Never sold them.
Yeah, she's like, I thought you sold those. I was like, yeah, I did not. I should have. So, yeah, I would be the type that would like, oh, that's a good deal, and then I would just keep it.
Right.
So it probably wouldn't go well.
Oh, I'm really good at not keeping
it.
In the beginning, I would like tell my wife, oh, I got this new amazing piece. And she would go, actually, bring that home. And I was like, we've got to pay the bills. So,
you can like rent it for a day and then sell it.
So we've had 4 different couches in the last 12 months, but we've landed.
That is so funny. That's so funny. So have you been in Waco this whole time? Like since
I have.
Okay, so you didn't go to Dallas for a time and come back?
I did not.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
Just grinding.
Waco's got a lot of stuff going on now.
It does.
And I've said there's no way I would be here, but it's just exploded obviously in the recent years, and there's so much going on.
That's good. I think you're right on like the angle you've taken to, or like the style of furniture, because and I asked you this question before we came on, but you know, I know everyone goes to Round Top and they go buy and you're right, it's like vintage, antique or whatever, and they just go by the buses and then they get U-Haul trucks and bring it back. And I feel like a lot of people do that here in town, you know, that style, and everybody has different pieces they identify, and I think people do well doing it, but I love how you were like, this is all happening, this whole buy and selling, I'm going to pivot over here. Do you think it's something that, and I'm kind of speeding ahead here, but we'll go back to it, but do you think it's something that you could open another Lewin home in like Austin or something, or do you like having home base in Waco and then just shipping places, or what have you thought about with that?
That's a great question. I've gone back and forth. If anything, since we already are in Austin and Dallas every week, it would be more like a Houston location, for example.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it could be something where there's multiple locations.
Okay.
We are really focused on our business model here. We're creating systems and processes that are reproducible and really trying to be smart and build it in a way that can really seriously grow and possibly be multiple locations. So I'm really focused here. I'm a big dreamer, so it's really easy to go 1,000 locations and then this be a disaster here. So I'm like opposite where I'm like,
right.
stay focused,
know.
develop, grow, be
Yeah.
really smart.
Yep.
And then we're 7 months in. Like,
Sure.
we'll see where it goes.
Yeah.
And we've done really well in 7 months.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah. This type of furniture is not going anywhere.
Right.
People love it. The styles will change, but then you'll just buy what
exactly.
the people want.
Yeah.
You know, so it has a lot of adaptability.
Right.
I think that's super smart. I think I could tell you even from my personal experience where we started, you know, the escape room here, and within 3 months, this was back in 2015, 2016, I was already like, yeah, San Marcos and Ventura, California, and like all of these, like, and it, we ended up doing San Marcos, and it was not great because it starts to take your time and, you know, brain power from the main location, and we were not good enough at that point yet. We hadn't even been open a year. I mean, like people say, like when you're with somebody, like you should date them for a year, you know, see what they're like in every month or whatever. And probably for a business, there's probably a good rule of thumb. Before you open another location, probably be open for a year. Right. You know, see what your seasonal stuff is like. Right. And we didn't do that, and it was a mistake. Yeah. So I like that you're wait it out. Right. See where it goes. You know, you're not in any rush. Right. So you good. How many employees do you have?
We have 5 employees.
Okay, good.
And yeah, it's been awesome, and you know that's a journey in itself. You know, learning how to get everybody in a vision and on board, and you know, and as an owner, it's really easy. You're fixing problems all the time that you don't really even recognize them as problems because it's so easy for you to fix because you understand it. Yeah. But you start expanding and growing, and you can look at a problem a different way and go, if somebody else has that problem, they're not going to know what to do,
how to tackle that. For sure.
You know,
and then so you're able, it is that training and working with the staff and having a good, like, depending on how long they've all been there together, but they just start to kind of, I know what Lucas is thinking right now.
Sure.
I've been around him enough, and they know how to kind of operate off of that.
Right.
So moving forward, okay, so and we read the review, and I know we didn't, it's a short review. And like I said, I do see indications in there that I don't know how legitimate it is. They're not really calling you out. Right. You don't even really see, like, the phrase we've termed here, and I don't know if it's a real term, but like the review blackmail, you know, where they're trying to get a refund out of you or something. Right. So they're just like, I'm just going to give you a bad 1 star. And then hopefully the owner reaches out and says, I'm so sorry. Can you call us and we'll talk about it? And then, so I don't even see them fishing for anything here. So I truly think this is not a good, it's not an indication of the business you do.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm with you. I don't think it's super legitimate. But we have the past, you know, that's the past. We reround. We're present here talking. What do you think future holds? I mean, I know you're trying to stay focused. Give me like the next, even just like 6 months. Yeah. What's the things you're looking towards right now? Yeah. So we have certain revenue numbers that are sort of indicators for us. Yeah. And so for me, it's more like what's possible in the market. Okay. And we could probably easily do like 5 times what we're doing right now. Okay. So that's how much more inventory's out there, how many more customers we could develop. So we've been establishing our systems to then go, okay, well, if we just double what we're doing already or triple, we can maintain this larger. So I've got kind of a vision with this is what's possible. And I tell our team, this is possible, easy, 6 months. Yes. So doing and focusing there. Yeah. And focus, that's a hard thing for me. Got a lot of different business ideas. I used to have a list of 100 that I would just write down when I would get one. Yes. But establishing, growing quickly, I mean, 7 months in, considering at the end of 6 months will be like a year in. I know, yeah. And then you hit that big mark. Yeah. And that's like where you sit back, you reevaluate the whole year. Right. What went wrong, what went right. Right. What do you do moving forward? Yeah. It is so hard for me not to like go down that list with you right now. I'm trying really hard, and I'm not going to. Yeah. But I feel like I could enable it so easily. Oh, you could. And I bet many people do, but I'm not going to. We're gonna stay focused. Yep. Lou and home. That's where you're heading. Moving into like the holiday season, is that? Do you think that's going to be like a really busy time, or do things slow down then, or what? You know, we're still so new in developing our marketing. That it's like the seasonal stuff doesn't hit as hard because when we're growing, you might see this and you're not, you know, I don't know if that makes sense, but, no, it does. So I'm sure it'll probably be a boost, but then also around actual Christmas, it'll probably go down. So I think it'll probably average out, which is what it seemed to kind of do year round. To do. What my gut tells me, and again, you know, you're in the industry. Sure. I'm not. If I feel like people move a lot in the summer.
Right.
So then do they look for new furniture for this new house that they've moved into? And is that like a peak time or something for people buying?
Which moving industry, which I was in.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And so I really thought about that. And when we talk to our customers, like, why are you buying furniture? Why are you selling furniture? It's rarely, we just moved or this or that. So it's like, they're usually like, we were just changing our style out or this. I'm like, well, that's not really a seasonal thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I feel pretty good about the seasonality.
So does the moving, I didn't put two and two together.
Sure.
So you being able to like ship or transport the products, Dallas and Austin.
That's everything.
Does the moving, what you learned at the moving company, translate here? Because you are moving furniture.
The logistics. So like we buy our furniture all in Austin, Dallas. We buy nothing in Waco. It's not here.
It's not here, yeah.
And then,
which is why you're here.
Right.
Yeah.
And then half of our customers are probably Austin, Dallas.
Gotcha.
So it's, hey, we're picking up these 5 pieces. We're delivering these 2. So it's a logistic thing. And then it makes the delivery really affordable for our customers, Austin, Dallas.
No joke. Okay.
So they're always like, oh, wow, that's it? And I'm like, well, there's 5 other people that are also contributing. So it's a logistics game, which is huge for what we do.
Cool. And do you deliver right to the door? Like, are you taking to the house? Or do
We
you
go inside. Yeah, we'll do inside delivery.
Love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sweet, Lucas. Well, any thoughts, anything like that you want to promote moving forward toward the end of the year, or just kind of sticking to your guns and finishing strong in 2022? Or do you have any red light specials going on? No, I'm kidding. I do stuff like that. But anything of that nature?
The only thing I'll say is we really haven't done very much marketing.
Sure.
We're just sort of letting it organically grow and then changing and figuring out things from there. So our goal will be to do more marketing and get more people in our doors.
Cool.
Most people who come in, they're like, we've never been here before.
Yeah.
So we're getting more connected in Waco.
Great.
We want to increase our customer base in Waco.
Cool.
And again, it's half off. It's really high end stuff.
Sure.
So
yeah. And I mean, 30th and Franklin, if you're going down Franklin, like going into downtown, it's on the right.
It's on the right.
You see the sign.
Right.
Like, I look for it now, so now I see it. But like, you're right. People, especially that have lived here a long time, anything new, a sign, a tree, or whatever, they're like, oh, that's new. That's new. So your sign does catch the eye, and they're like, oh, what would that be? And I'm sure that's bringing people, maybe not right then and there, but maybe then they're like, hey, on Saturday we need to go back.
Right. Yeah, and it's in a more industrial spot, which is great. Our rent's a lot lower cost and makes it, great. So
that is a good thing about Waco. There's some spots that are super expensive, but you can be 10 minutes away from those areas.
Exactly.
And the rent does go down quite a bit.
Exactly.
Help that. So that's the same spot that you had as like a staging area.
Yes.
And then just turned it into now Lewin Home.
We added like retail lights on the inside and did a lot of painting and just, so and then we got the second building next door.
Okay.
So.
Oh, good. So is that like for storage and
storage,
stuff?
staging, all the prep. So we've got like, not quite like this, but it's painted out with our logo colors, and that's where we do all of our photography. And
Love it.
so, we've got 7,200 square feet of space. So half of that is the showroom.
Awesome. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, Lucas, thanks for coming on One Star Rewind, man.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I don't think there are no more 1-star reviews in your future.
I hope not. Yeah.
You're a good guy. I think you're doing the right thing. So
thank you.
Sweet. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks.
Cool.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.